I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is PsycHacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is produce more than you consume. This is a very wise general principle, and there's a number of different ways that you can apply it effectively. And today I'll be talking about 3 such ways. 2 you probably already know, but they're worth saying, while the third has more of that special PsycHack sauce. So let's get to it. Let's start with the most obvious application. If you burn more calories than you consume, you will lose weight. It's really that simple. In fact, there really is no other reliable way to lose weight except by burning more calories than you consume. If you succeed in restricting yourself in this way, you will sidestep at least half of the most common physical ailments that people are subject to, especially in the second half of life, which are compounded and exacerbated by being overweight and obese. If this is you, find a way to produce more than you consume. The time to take action is now. The second obvious application of this principle is to earn more than you spend. Live within your means. It's really that simple. If you don't have enough money for something unnecessary for survival, do not buy it. Getting into credit card debt is very, very easy. Getting out of credit card debt is very, very, very hard. The interest rates are criminal. Some are over 20%. It's really difficult to get out of credit card debt because any payments you make are applied to the interest first, which means it takes a long time to whittle down the principal. You may end up paying 3 to 5 times as much in interest than the cost of the thing you bought. This means that if you can't afford to pay off your credit card at the end of the month, you need to multiply the price of whatever you want to buy 3 to 5 times. That's the true cost to you. You almost certainly do not need that thing. I don't care how much you make. If your expenses are less than your income, you're going to sidestep another enormous pitfall that ensnares millions of people. The laws here are stacked against you, so it's better not to get yourself into that situation. If you want something, find ways to earn more money. Don't borrow money on a credit card. As you increase your means, you can increase your expenditures to improve the quality of your life, responsibly and gradually. Be patient. You'll actually get there faster if you don't have to dig yourself out of debt on the way. Now, before I go any further, if you're liking what you're hearing, please consider sending this episode to someone who might benefit from its message. It's word-of-mouth referrals like this that really help to grow the channel. And if you're thinking about going to grad school, then be sure to check out my top-rated GRE self-study program at stellargre.com. You can use the coupon code PSYCH for 10% off all membership plans. Now, my third application of this principle isn't so obvious. Here it is. You need to create more than you absorb. There are some folks out there who are just absorbing content nonstop, and this can significantly distort their minds and skew their perception of the world. For instance, some folks absorb hours of political commentary every day. They know what all the folks working in government are doing, and they have a very good idea of what they should be doing instead. However, while their absorption may even have made them experts of a sort, they do not create anything of political value. I think there should be a rule. After so many years of absorbing political content, people should actually have to get involved in politics, otherwise they get cut off. Run for office. You can start locally. There are lots of things that need to get done at the town or county level. I guarantee it. These folks will learn very quickly how the sausage is made. The experience is very different when you're acting on stage versus muttering in the peanut gallery. And the truth is, you are not meant to spend your whole life in the peanut gallery. Working as a creator will give you a much deeper and richer understanding of how things actually work, which will almost certainly redound to your beliefs and perceptions. By the same token, if you're spending hours scrolling through social media or watching YouTube videos, then at a certain point, you should actually get involved with creating content or get cut off. Start a podcast or launch your own social media account. I guarantee this will drastically affect your perspective on things. Most significantly, it will change how you perceive and value other people's creations. It's not good to consume more than you produce. And this is true intellectually, as it is true physically and financially. When people consume media nonstop, their heads are actually full of other people's ideas. It gets to the point where it's actually very hard for them to think for themselves. Thinking independently is difficult. Everyone thinks they can do it. Not many people can. It's very hard to have an original thought. It takes time, effort, reflection, creativity, and insight. However, by consuming less and creating more, you can begin to suss out what actually belongs to you and what actually belongs to your parents, culture, and media. This is because creating is a way of making sense of what you've consumed. If you're consuming but not creating, it's like you're eating but you're not shitting. Do you understand? You're just full of intake, and that's going to leave you bloated and disgusting. Creation is a process in which you digest what you've consumed. It allows you to take what is actually healthy and nutritious, which in the intellectual sphere is what is true and useful, and to relieve yourself of the rest. This is really important. So, whatever you're consuming, at a certain point, the time will come for you to go out there and create something with it. Try something, anything within your abilities. Use it as an impetus to make sense of what you've consumed. You'll cultivate agency and independence and real critical thought, and it will absolutely enrich your experience of whatever you've been consuming. What do you think? How do you create in your own life? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've gotten this far, you might as well like this episode and subscribe to this channel. You might also consider becoming a channel member with perks like priority review of comments or booking a paid consultation. As always, thank you for listening.